Mate, if you ain't getting this one, then this one's for you.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to EME TV and another video I've started in my car park, funny enough. But in this video today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be comparing my two current daily drivers, my Mark 5 GTI and my Honda FN2 Type R. I've had the Mark 5 for a couple of weeks now, as in daily driving it for a couple of weeks, and the reason I did so, one, obviously it's just had a recent engine swap, so I wanted to make sure that that was in tip-top condition, and two, just being able to actually give some realistic and accurate thoughts on my feelings towards it. And to be fair, I have thoroughly enjoyed it. So without further ado, I'm going to hop in the Mark 5 because I've got a couple errands to run and talk you through what I think the differences are between them and how they fare. But yeah, let's get into it. So guys, join me in the Mark 5, quickly running some errands. But yes, what are my thoughts and how do I feel this actually compares to my FN2 that I've been daily driving for, I don't know, like just over a year and a half, I think. But first and foremost, this car has surpassed my expectations. Like, I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I have. I'm literally been using this every single day for the last sort of 3 weeks or so, or 4 weeks, and it's been brilliant. Obviously I did a video on all the things wrong, but in terms of that, obviously I've got that fixed. There's no scraping noise now. We got the wheel bearing done, so you know, all of that stuff sort of been fixed, temp sensor and so on and so forth. But this car, it's lovely. I don't know if this DSG box has obviously been a factor in that, because prior to this I'd never had an automatic car that I'd daily driven. I always have said that automatic cars are sort of fun and probably better for the general public in terms of when individuals are looking for a daily driver. Being able to have an automatic box is actually probably more desirable, but it is obviously fun when you want to go for a spirited drive to get in a manual and go for a little bit of a fun drive. But yeah, this car's been lovely. So let's talk positives first. Positives about this car and how it compares to my FN2. So first and foremost, automatic box I think is a lot better. Sometimes, you know, going through traffic and stuff, manual gearbox can be a bit tedious and long, as I've literally just pointed out. So for daily driving purposes, this DSG box has served its purpose. It's been lovely, and I do understand why everybody does rave about the DSGs over the manuals when it comes to GTIs. I haven't driven a GTI manual yet, however, you know, I probably will do in the future. But oh, this road is closed, so I've got to turn around. Bear with me 1 second. And there's that too. Like the turbo flutters and all that, it's just lovely, just lovely noises that I don't usually get from my FN2. Well, I've never got from my FN2. The FN2 is more of a, you know, the noises that you get from this are completely different, obviously, and those DSG shifts sound lovely. Put your foot to floor and you hear those shifts, they sound absolutely lovely. But yeah, what I was talking about the positives. So yeah, one, DSG box. Two, loving the sunroof, to be fair. Even though we do have dire weather this time of year in the UK, this is still very, very nice to have. It's a lovely option, and whether I have this car come summer is another thing. But it's just, you know, it's just nice to have in a car that's probably worth £3,000 to £4,000 to be able to have a sunroof. Well, nowadays, but to be able to have a sunroof is absolutely lovely. So that's another point, a great point. Obviously not all of them come from factory like that. That was obviously an option that customers had to spec. Don't know how much these cost from new. If I do find out, I'll put it on the screen now. But yeah, these are dirt cheap, and I do think that for the money that these are one of the best hot hatches out there that you can buy. Are they better than the Hondas? I don't know, but we'll get into that towards the end of the video. Flip it out. These shifts are just absolutely lovely. Now let's go. So let's slow down. Go to second. Let's go. That shift noise, I think, it's just nice. It's just a nice noise. I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very addictive. But yes, so further positive, the looks of this thing. Now, obviously, when I bought this car, it didn't come with the standard Monza alloys, which it does now, because I bought those. But these with the Monza alloys look lovely, and I think that with the color-coded rear bumper, it looks better. Obviously, usually they have like a plastic sort of grey or black on the usual models. I don't know why this has got the color-coded bumper. This might be due to previous owner just swapping it out. Usually they come in only the edition 30s and sort of R32s, I believe, Mark 5 R32s. But yeah, I think it looks really good. The stance is really good. I don't think I'm needing spacers as much on the wheels, but obviously a lot of people may differ in answers with that. But yeah, overall, the stance of the car and the looks of the car for a car from 2006, so we're talking 16 years old, is, you know, is mega. And I'll always come back to values, which is another positive. I've spoken about values already, but for a DSG Mark 5, obviously bearing in mind this is a bit different. This is HPI clear, however this car has had an engine swap. Not as desirable or not as favoured as other ones which haven't had engine swaps and are of circa 100k miles. But yeah, on the market now for a decent HPI clear one with decent bodywork. Mine's a bit not decent in places, but with decent bodywork, you're talking in and around £4,000, or for 3 to 5. Let's say 3 to 5. 3 for maybe a ropey one, not a ropey one, but one you may have to put in a bit of money to get decent and to your standards. But towards the 4-5k mark, you've got to get a decent one which has been well looked after, and you know, with all the relevant histories and all the common faults changed and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's dirt cheap. Obviously these are slightly more expensive than the FN2s, bearing in mind that this is obviously DSG and the FN2 is obviously manual. Yeah, bearing in mind the FN2 is obviously manual, so you know, these are, you know what, I feel like my love for the FN2 is down to one. Obviously I just purely love that car, always have fun in it, and it's sort of sentimental. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's where I started my car journey, so I'm always slightly a bit biased towards the FN2. But I must say that this Mark 5 for me, this Mark 5 for me has got to be, I think, the best hot hatch you can buy under 5k. I think the Mark 5 GTI is the best hot hatch you can buy for under 5k. There, I've said it. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments. Obviously, my channel is probably built around a lot of Honda owners and sort of enthusiasts, and it does feel wrong me saying that, but I think that this car is just great. I might have had a difference of opinion if I did get a manual. However, this is just like, yeah, this has been great, and I've loved every minute and second of it so far. So yeah, me saying that, hopefully I don't regret it. But yeah, this Mark 5's been completely lovely. And in terms of reliability, so the thing is with these cars, I think with every car, the motto is you look after the car will look after you. However, some are more likely to go wrong than others. The TFSI engines are strong engines. They are supposedly bulletproof. A lot of them doing, you know, I've seen Mark 5s on the net with over 200k miles. A lot of them have been engine swapped, like I have done as well, but the tendency is that these cars are good for, you know, 150k miles easily, depending on how you look after them, and you know how their life has gone, so be it depending on the owners. But I would say that obviously the Honda is a lot more reliable. I think like less things tend to go wrong with the K20 engines. These have got a load of different things that could possibly go wrong, such as obviously everybody knows about the timing belt and water pump, thermostat. You've got quite a few things that you have to change. A lot of those things that I've changed already, just to eradicate any of those possibilities of anything going wrong, because I wouldn't want to at this moment in time. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to say. Like, I feel bad saying that this is supposedly better than my FN2. It feels bad, but I think it's actually true. I think it is actually true. But the one negative that will always come back to on this Mark 5 is that the fuel economy is horrendous. Like, this fuel economy is horrendous. My gauge has not gone above 16 miles per gallon. That makes no sense. I mean, I'm not foot to the floor everywhere. I do like to have fun from time to time, but I'm not foot to floor everywhere. 16 miles per gallon is ridiculous. I've never seen my FN2 under 23 miles per gallon ever. And 23 miles per gallon is when I was going for a spirited drive 90% of the time. during the period. So that's something that you have to, obviously, anybody out there looking for or maybe in the market for a Mark 5 or contemplating it, the fuel economy is horrendous. And I've seen on comments on videos already, some of you guys actually informing me that, yeah, the fuel economy on this isn't great. So, you know, you got to bear that in mind, and I definitely have. If I check it now, 16.5, like, that's ridiculous. How is it that low? I just don't get how it's that low. It's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So guys, what is the verdict when it comes to the Mark 5? Well, the verdict is, in comparison to my FN2, I do believe genuinely that this is a better daily driver. Whether a better car all round, I feel like the FN2, it depends on the person that wants to obviously get it. I feel FN2 is a bit more sensible than these are, a bit more reliable, but you can still have fun with. Looks are still there as well. Obviously, the looks are dependent because a lot of people don't like the FN2, but I feel like the Mark 5 does look better. In my preference, I'll always lean to the FN2 due to my bias towards that car and how much I love that car. But yeah, I do feel like this Mark 5 is an amazing car. For the price point it's at, I feel like there's not much out there that you can get better than this. And moving forward, I don't know what I'm going to do with this Mark 5. The aim was to obviously drive it for a bit, have fun and experience different cars. The purpose of what I wanted to do this year was to bring cars on the channel, experience them, talk about how I found them, and move them on, and then get some new stuff out. The only thing I wasn't going to change, obviously, is my FN2, which will stay in the garage. But I made that decision with my EP3, hence selling it and then getting this, and probably sell this and get something else, and trade cars like that. But there's loads of things you can do with these. Obviously, the most obvious is to obviously tune it, and this is obviously a stock car at the moment, bar the oversized induction kit that I've bought. And I've already sent in a request to a very popular tuner out there. They've given me a price to get this to stage 2 plus, and boy oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I just inquired to see how much it would cost. It was pretty much what I thought it would. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about you guys let me know what you think I should do with the Mark 5. Should I keep content going and, you know, get some new cars in, because I've got cars in mind that I could potentially part ways with this and get on the channel and do stuff with? Or would you like me to keep it and see what we can do with it in terms of moving forward and modify it a bit more? But yeah, you guys get in the comments, let me know what you guys think and what you guys would like to see. But as always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned for more content to come. Please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please do consider subscribing if you do like sort of car content, Honda content especially, and, you know, sort of hot hatch content for the time being as well, because that's mostly what I'm going to be doing moving forward. And yeah, guys, I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Mate, if you ain't getting this one, then this one's for you.